don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning big, you might as well go on today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I'm back. I'm finna be gone again. We're going to Hawaii. We're going to Kauai. So if you're in Kauai and I see you this week, make sure you say what it do. All right, let's get to some news that have come out over the weekend. I always want to talk about news over the weekend, but like at some point I got to have a day off. Obama ain't going to jail. Did I just bust your bubble? Did I just make you mad? Obama ain't going to jail. I wouldn't even cover this story, but I know some people are interested in seeing what's what, but it's pointless covering this story if you think it's going to be some type of consequences for his actions. He's not going to jail. Hillary ain't going to jail. Clapper ain't going to jail. Brennan ain't going to jail. None of these people going to jail. I hate to bust your bubble. This is political theater like it has always been. Now, I would love to be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll give $100 to somebody. I would love to be wrong. It would make me happy to be wrong. I would celebrate being wrong. But they are not going to send this man to jail. It's only political theater. They talk, investigation. And before you know it, Obama's sitting at the house drinking lattes, chilling on the couch, ain't worried about Nathan. All right? But because I want to do my due diligence and show you guys what's going on, we're going to talk about it. Give me the big screen real quick. I just want to run through a couple things. Tulsi Gabbard released over 100 pages of declassified intel suggesting that Barack Obama's administration weaponized intelligence to frame Donald Trump and Russian collusion. So apparently what happened was he was briefed when Trump won the election. He was briefed, before transition, he was briefed that there's no there. And allegedly he said, well, that's not good enough for me. We can't have him be no there because we are going to make the claim to do this and we want this to be a reality. But then allegedly he instructed people to say, well, you need to make the evidence there. You need to find ways to make him guilty about Russian collusion. And allegedly that's what happens. I don't know if that's true, but I know that's what they're saying is true. Gabby called for an investigation, a criminal investigation, and possible prosecution of Obama-era officials. Trump responded. Obviously, Trump is going to respond, and he talking mad crazy. And I'm going to show you his clip here in a minute. And then we're going to go through and say, here are the people who could be implicated. They say Barack Obama, but he's not doing anything. James Clapper, John Brennan, James Comey, and Susan Rice. The same people that should have been arrested for Hillary Clinton's debacle. But because I'm honest and I'm not salacious and I don't want you guys to have a false sense of hope, nothing is going to happen here, but at least we know what they did. At least what we believed is verified. The conspiracy theorists have been correct once again. But let me play this clip from, let's see, Fox News clip. I want to play Tulsi Gabbard's declassification clip first, and then we're going to go to Dinesh D'Souza, and then we're going to finish with the ultimate Donald Trump troll clip. Roll the clip.
And the DOJ just received that referral from DNI Gabbard.
Yeah, so Tulsi Gabbard said that she was going to turn over the documents this morning. She did the official turnover, and so now it goes to the DOJ. We'll see what they find out. Let them do the investigation. Let them look into it, look at the accusations. I mean, look, this is something that happened nearly a decade ago. So certainly I think it would be maybe good for the American people to get more clarity and more information. Does it need to go beyond that? Hard to say, especially on the legal side. But the other thing I thought about with all of this is, if you're the president of the United States today, you're in your second term. You won. Despite what maybe Obama or Hillary Clinton or anybody else that was associated with this hoax, whatever they were responsible for or did, you won again, term two. And we're now at the 6-month mark for Donald Trump. And look how great the stock market is doing. The border is closed. So maybe look at that instead.
Disagree. I don't disagree. But what I do disagree with is that, no, run it up, bruh. Winning is not enough at this point. We have to expose these people. because I think it's more so of people that was bashing us and saying, you hate Obama, you are racist. You just always, Obama, you just think Obama is the problem. He always the problem. All them people that was saying that to you, now you go, Exhibit A. I was telling the truth. Alex Jones was telling the truth. All of the people that you think are right-wing extremists were telling the truth. Now, you got to eat crow. I just want you to eat crow. I really want somebody to go to jail, but people may not go to jail, but you going to eat crow. Come on, get the spoon ready. Put some hot sauce on it. I don't care what you do. You finna eat some crow. And that's what I want to see. Let's go to the Dinesh D'Souza clip. It's a photo. Dinesh D'Souza. I'm hearing that we can't put Obama in handcuffs because that might cause civil unrest. But wait, Democrats didn't hesitate to drop 90 plus charges on Trump. They were ready to lock him up for life and deal with the ensuing civil unrest. Besides, no one is above the law, right? And he wrote that quote because Barack Obama said no president is above the law, and all the Democrats said it. Let me give you Exhibit B. Put it up on the screen. Roll it.
No one, especially the president, is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law.
Oh, son of a bitch.
All right. Sorry for the cussing. Hold on a second. Sorry for the cussing. However, this is the meme or the AI that's going around the world, and people are mad at Donald Trump over this. I don't give a flying flip. Let me tell you why I like this, because this is the only thing that we're going to see in resemblance of justification, because the DOJ ain't finna do nothing, right? Obama ain't finna go to jail. This is the closest we're going to see to retribution or justice for the American people as to the criminal behavior from Barack Obama, allegedly, according to the documents. So watch it, and it's the only thing you're going to see as close as Obama going to jail. Roll it. AI is insane.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy. Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time.
All right, keep it there. I want people to see his face. Let me address this real quick. I know I can feel the pressure of people saying, Obama, you just racist. I don't want to see the man behind the bars. I don't really want to see Obama behind bars. I don't. But bro, you can't mess with the American people and interfere in an election to try to thwart our constitutional rights, to try to thwart our freedoms in a constitutional republic. You just can't do it. It ain't my fault. Obama shouldn't have done what he did. They shouldn't have pushed the fake Russia collusion. They shouldn't have been texting on their Blackberries on an unsecured server in Hillary Clinton's house. You guys shouldn't have done that. I would never do that. Republicans should never do that. If I find out that Donald Trump did some shady stuff like Obama did, then Trump need to be where he at too. Nobody's above the law. I love Trump, but you do something shady like this and they take you to jail, that ain't got nothing to do with B. Tatum. That's on you, bruh. You knew it was shady when you did it. And so Barack Obama, if he go to jail, it's going to be sad for people that love him. I don't want to see him in jail. But bro, you reap what you sow. And if you had the audacity to try to fake a story against Donald Trump, which is in fact interfering in the election, thwarting the will of the American people, you should be held accountable. It's not that hard. Like one of my friends, I consider her to be a friend of mine, that got deported. I didn't want to see her get deported. I think it's terrible that she got deported. But look, the law is the law. You had 20 years to figure this out. I don't know what to tell you. How can I help? But you still got to the law is still the law. Only thing I do for you is help you within the law. I can help you try to find a lawyer for your deportation hearing. I can't stop you from getting deported if you had deportation orders from 20 years ago. You actually should have said something to me all these years. Maybe I could have got you somebody before they came and got you. I'm not trying to be mean. She had a kid. She had a great business. I love Kawaii Sushi. Kawaii Sushi is the best sushi in Phoenix. And ask me. Only reason I don't go as often as I normally do because it's far. But if you live in Peoria, you live in Happy Valley, Kawaii Sushi. They used to have a road called the Smokey Robinson. They used to set it on fire. And it was the best roll in America. And then they changed it to like the USA roll or something like that. She was good. She was a patriot. She loved Trump. I mean, but hey, bro, what does the law say? The law says you can't do this. I'm not going to be a hypocrite for anybody. That's like me going out and getting a DUI. I'm gonna get mad at somebody. No, I was drunk and I drove. Don't give me a pass, bro. If somebody were to do that, yeah, you would like a pass, but don't give me a pass, bro. I did it. Like when I got caught speeding, I was flying. I literally pulled myself over. I was flying, man. I was going 190 something in that big old red truck. I'm flying, going to Vegas. I see him. Oh, I'm got. Let me not make him madder. I said, I pulled over. Cop didn't even have to enter the freeway. He just came up the service road right there. I say, look, man, you got me. I should have got arrested. He didn't. Because when you go X amount over the speed limit, it's a criminal speeding. He was apologizing to me. He had a body camera on. Y'all can probably go find the footage. He had a body camera on. He said, I'm sorry, man, but I'm like, look, man, you're doing your job, brother. I knew what I was doing when I pushed the gas. I'm looking at that speedometer go over 80. Hey, I'm got. Whatever it is that you want to do in my favor, I'll take it. He gave me that ticket, and I paid that ticket. And I ain't mad at him. I said, thank you for your service, sir. You have a good day. And I went the speed limit the rest of the way to No, I didn't. I didn't go that fast the rest of the way to Vegas. I was cautious because I couldn't get 2 tickets in a row. All right, let's get to the WNBA. Oh, I literally dreamt of my response to these. I didn't want to say it. I'm not going to say it because I'm a good Christian. And somebody kid watching this. Women. This is why people think women shouldn't vote or nothing. Y'all doing too much. Pay us what you owe us. Oh, okay. Let me look at the P&L. Anybody own a business? I dare one of y'all to say something stupid like this to me. If you losing millions of dollars a year, you haven't made money since inception. 1997. 97, I was 10. You mother ain't made money since I was 10. Pay me what you owe me. You lucky I don't fire somebody. If y'all came to me, anybody downstairs come to me after we have lost hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars every year for the last 20 plus years, and you say, pay me what you owe me. Hey, I hope your family is okay with this decision you just made. I'm finna fire the out of you. Don't even look back at me. Yeah, it's over for you. You lucky I don't swing on you. And this is what these women doing. Let me just bring some stats for you. The WNBA has lost money every year since 1997. They have never had a profitable year. They average a loss of $10 million a year. In 2024, with your girl, 3-pointer from the from the 5-point line. Caitlin Clark, with all the fame, all the fortune, all the attention, Angel Reese, all these women, they lost $40 to $50 million. $50 million. Subsidized by the NBA. The NBA literally owns 50% of the profits. They've been subsidized by the NBA for 20 plus years. You dumb heifers. They don't owe you nothing. You actually need to pay the NBA back for causing them to have a loss on their P&L every year. What are y'all saying? Women. I know ain't no woman doing this. Glad one of my favorite WNBA players ain't in that mix. What's her name? I forget her name now. She one of my favorites. She your favorite. Sophie Cunningham. That's his favorite for sure. She's single too, Nick. I'm just playing. Sophie Cunningham. I like her. She got a good attitude and a bad attitude at the right time, if it makes sense. She got good on camera. She got a bad attitude in the game if she got to get busy. All right. I love that about her. She seemed like a good player. She ain't out here being stupid. And I hope to God she ain't on there wearing no stupid shirt. Pay us what you owe us. I mean, we should be taking money out your check. Y'all shouldn't even have a check. And then they go, this is what they say. The league has grown from 102 million to 200 million from 2019 to 2024. Let's put this in perspective. And y'all still losing money? The league is growing, but the demand is growing even higher too. That means that the cost of things are growing. The cost of the arena, the ticket sales, all of those things are contributing factors. You guys may have been gaining money, but you're not making no money. So you're lucky that you get $75,000 a year. You should be taking money out of your endorsement checks to pay the NBA back. The gall of these women are asinine to me. Name a group of men that's doing this. The men are making billions of dollars a year, and they paying their players a less percentage than what they paying these women. Let's play some clips, man. Y'all see these fools in these shirts, a bunch of bull daggers running around, and not all of them, because there's a couple of them that's decent, but the rest of them a bunch of dykes running around looking crazy all day. And I said it. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the English language. It's a bunch of butchy women running around. Nobody's really, the Caitlin Clark is straight, and she kind of mid. She's so mid, she kind of cute. All right. Sophie look good. But some of these other girls, they kind of mid, they cute. And so Caitlin Clark getting a lot of attention. A lot of men want to see, she got a little swag on her. Some of the other girls decent, but then some of them look like their uncle. And ain't nobody want to see their uncle play WNBA. And then they can't dunk. What are y'all, do y'all want to be real or do y'all want to be fake your whole life? And I'm not trying to be mean to these women. It ain't nothing wrong with you liking women and looking like a dude. But just know people ain't interested in watching that. Y'all not even dunking or nothing. Like nobody's watching the WNBA. You see Shane Gillis had his joke at the ESPYs. He just randomly picked a girl and said 4-time champion and they clapped. He said, yeah, I know y'all gonna claim. No, y'all have no idea who's a WNBA player. I lived in Arizona, and I could be out of touch. I've lived in Arizona for over 20 years. I've been in Phoenix since 2017. I had no idea that there was a team called Mercury in Phoenix, in the Phoenix Valley. I had no idea. And I had been to baseball games and been to NBA games downtown and never even knew the Mercury existed. Nobody watching y'all, bro. Now, if y'all were in lingerie, people will watch you. Not me, because I'm a good Christian. But if you really want some attention, if y'all dress skanky, and maybe some people will watch you. Keep it real. They really want to see them when they come to the halftime game. I mean, they come to the pregame and they dressed all sexy. People like to watch that probably more than they watch the game. All right, let me get what Caitlin Clark said. And I watched this already, so you're not gonna be upset with her over this clip, I don't think. Kind of look like AI, but anyway, roll the clip.
Where does your W salary stack up against your deals with State Farm, Gatorade, Nike?
It's a good question.
Honestly,
I feel like...
Stop, Caitlin. It's a good question, but it's a question you should be really answering. Because they say, what are your salary? Let me just put this in perspective real quick. And I swear I'm going to shut up. I promise you guys. They make tens of millions of dollars in endorsements. They're not making 75. She's not making 75,000, and that's what she's doing to play WNBA basketball. She's making $50 million or something in endorsements. So you rich. You making plenty money. But your salary at the NBA, that's a WNBA, that's losing money every year is 75,000. They shouldn't even pay y'all. Y'all should be doing it for free and getting endorsements. That's what y'all should be doing. Talking about you on a salary. You get a bonus if you win a championship, or if you are the league starter. I mean, not league starter, but the league leader. But you hamburger heifers losing money, you want a salary. Caitlin, what money do you want to make, though? Millions? Roll the clip.
That's where we're really fortunate, is that we have those other deals. And I think that's one of the things that we're in the room fighting for, like Fee said, is, we should be paid more, and hopefully that's the case moving forward as the league continues to grow. I think that's something that's probably the most important thing that we're in the room advocating about.
What do you mean by what you owe us?
The players are what is building this brand and this league. There is no league without the players, and the past, present.
Oh Lord, I want to let her finish. Should I let her finish, Chad, or should I just let her finish? Just finish.
The ones coming out, they're the ones that have put in the blood, sweat, and tears for the new money that's coming in, and so we feel like we are owed a piece of that pie that we helped to create. So that's basically what that is.
God, what happened when you made women? Because some of these women are nutty. The emotional, let me just explain this. People gonna get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Just get mad at what I said. Don't charge on my head, not my heart, bruh. Ma'am, sweetheart, lady, what are you talking about? You guys are not. That's like me starting a league racing animals. And I'm racing these animals around the track, and I'm losing $40 million a year. And then the animal had a nerve to look up at me. Where my money at? Mother, you losing money. If you had a better product, the NBA is showing you what the product can make. You guys got the same model, but you're losing money. Thank God the NBA is profitable enough to carry you. What are you saying? They got the business model that works with the NBA. The WNBA don't have the product. That's like, bro, do we want to be honest? Women, stop this. Go play in it. Let's do this. Y'all with me on this? Let's do this. Women, go and play in the NBA. And pay them whatever the NBA players make. If you make the team, then you get paid the money. Forget the WNBA league. Why y'all need a league? Go play with the men. Go to the tryouts and try for the Dallas Mavericks. Try for the Phoenix Suns. Forget the Mercury. Go try for the NBA team. And when you make the team, you get paid NBA salary. Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? Why y'all don't want to agree to that? You don't want to compete against men? Oh, you won't make the team? Oh, you'll never get on a team in the NBA? Then you'll never make the money like they make. God dang. Do we got anybody else on here that we want to play?
We got Plum.
Play it. Oh, she a hater. This clip came out because people were saying she was a hater against Caitlin Clark. Roll the clip. Nick said literally she was hating for no reason, and I agree with him. Roll it.
Very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise. But the T-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and
stupid.
Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective, and I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And sometimes you don't have to say anything.
She's stupid. I think it was powerful. He got the point across. No, it didn't. Now people realize y'all been losing money. Nobody even thought of that, except people like me and others that do this for a living. But most people didn't know y'all were losing money like that. It got the point across. Y'all get so much backlash online. Do you not read the room? And then you want to take an opportunity to say something about the Clark camp. What does that mean? I want to call it the H word, but I'm not. What does that mean? Caitlin Clark has created the league. Caitlin can argue for more money, but you can't. Y'all been in the league all this time, and the revenue generation has come because Caitlin Clark primarily. All right, did y'all have what's his name from Barstool Sports said? I shared it, but he's a complete idiot. He think the women should make money. Don't worry about it. I don't even want to play him. But y'all seen what's the name from Barstool Sports tomorrow? Women, they need to make money because the women do this. Nah, they shut the front door. The women, what are you simping? You trying to get a business deal with them? That you can't make more. You can't make more money if you're not producing product. And then if you made money this year, ma'am, you've been losing. You owe the NBA back. Y'all can just lose and not pay anything back to the NBA? Like, to be honest, the first 10 years of y'all profitability need to go back to the NBA. You don't just get to say, I've been wasting y'all money for 20 years and now I'm finally made a profitable year because of one player. And, she get hurt. Ain't nobody watching it no more. We got another person on here talking crazy? Roll the clip. He roasted? Good.
Listen, NBA players make 50% of revenues. WNBA players make 9%. And now the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. So they're going to get a raise. There's no question. And I don't really care that the previous 25 years they didn't make a lot of money or lost money. I don't care. They're in the middle of a negotiation and they're on a heater. So it doesn't really matter. I've said this before. I made an investment for 5 years and it lost money, and I got about 6 months left in the investment, and in the last 6 months they started making cash, I'm not bailing on the investment. I want to finally get my money back. So they're going to get a raise. They're finally turning a corner. But and negotiating in any business is all about current momentum. It's not about 12 years ago. It's about current momentum. There are companies, I'll give you an example. When The Athletic, which is a subscription-based sports writing site, got purchased by the New York Times, The Athletic was losing $45 million a year. They bought it for scale. They bought it because at the time Biden, not Trump, was president. They were losing clicks. They weren't doing as well digitally, and The Athletic answered that bell. Athletic still doesn't make money. They bought it for scale. Not every company that wins in negotiations or is sold is wildly profitable. But the projection for the WNBA going forward and the current momentum are really, really good. So the T-shirts don't bother me. But why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. Spirit. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a highlighter. Now you're flying private.
Spirit.
Okay, if you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to yourself. All right? You went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a Four Seasons in the shopping district. Stop talking. I don't mind the T-shirts. I think you have leverage. I think you deserve more than 9%. But it's just misstep after misstep. It's time to grow up, girls. Like fast. Like this is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow. Right? She got you an upgrade to a better hotel as a band member. So I do think a lot of people are saying, hey, man, this league has never made money. It's an investment. It's now going to make money. And by the way, This is the least profitable, arguably, it'll be over the next 10 years. It's only going to get more profitable as women's basketball gets better, as the Caitlin Clark momentum train gets bigger. I mean, this year, she's not playing well. She's hurt. She's not there for all the games. So this is actually not as great as it could be. Like Michael Jordan, hurt year 2, next 12 years were legendary. That's what's going to be.
I like what he say, and then I disagree. Let me tell you the points that I disagree with the gentleman at. Is that I think investment-wise, he's right. When you're demanding pay and you want to get public support, 12 years, 20 years of not profitable is a big deal. If you guys are going into negotiations in a private room, that makes sense for you to have leverage and talk your talk. But you're trying to get the public's appeal. The public's appeal is going to look at you have not made a profit in 20 years, 20 plus. I think it's 28 years. So you're not going to get the public to get behind you. You're not going to get men to get behind you. What are you guys saying? And I get the business side of it. Yeah, they do have momentum. Yeah, maybe they wasted 28 years of putting into this business. They hope that it makes a profit. They don't want to just continue to lose out on 20 years of losing money. And I think the only reason, let's be real, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. Let's be real. The only reason that the WNBA has a league is because we want to subsidize women to have an opportunity that they wouldn't have if they only went on merit and talent. You're getting funded because you guys suck and nobody wants to watch you. In 28 years of this, you finally got one person that y'all hate on that's turning the corner to a degree. I don't think the NBA is going to be a Michael Jordan thing. Let me just explain to you guys why that don't make sense. Women are not watching the WNBA. It's a male-driven league. It's a male-driven attention. That's why these girls, like Kate, what's the name I keep talking about that's on Caitlin Clark's team? Cunningham. She's smoking hot and she's whooping girls on the field. Like she got 1 million subscribers in like a month. Because what? Men like a hot blonde that's aggressive, that's playing sports, that's making threes, that's showing some aggressiveness like the NBA does. Men they're fond of that stuff. You get more hot blondes doing stuff, the league gonna be full of guys investing money into it. Let's keep it real. The butchy lesbian dykes that's on the team, nobody's really interested in that. You're not hot. You're not cute. Men are not coming to the game to watch you. They're coming to the game to watch Sophie Cunningham. They come in the game to watch Caitlin Clark. They come in the game to watch these other women that's fine, that's bad. Come on, man. I ain't been saved my whole life. I'm telling you, like, they have drawn attention. Like, I know a lot of people that want to go to the game now because of Sophie. And I'm not saying just because of her looks, but because she was making some waves. My wife bought tickets to the game. I don't think because she thinks Sophie fine. I think because Sophie brings this competitiveness out in the game, and Caitlin Clark does, and it make people want I want to go watch these girls get busy. My wife literally said, I want to watch these girls brawl. That's what it is. Come on, quit playing with yourself, man. Be honest and stop trying to bully people into this stuff, man. It's like the feminist movement is so stupid to me. We don't need a man. Well, you wouldn't have a country if it wasn't for men. Dummy. How many of y'all fought in the wars until recently? And if the men backed off of y'all fought in wars, we'll lose every war. Half of y'all be mad at each other. Don't tell me that that's not true, because some of the most popular shows on TV is women hating on each other. The Real Housewives of Potomac. It's just women turn each other down. Is the hottest show. Kim Kardashian, they became famous. Turn each other down on TV. Hating on each other, drama, somebody cheating, they snorting coke in the bathroom, they fighting. Biggest show on TV. It's entertainment, but it's not sustainable for society. Women are emotional. Women respond emotionally. I think I deserve higher pay emotionally, not logistically, not P&L. I feel like I need to make more money. I feel like I should be married to somebody. You feel, but you ain't a quality candidate. Let me move on. The LA bomb explosion. People are saying that it should be a deeper investigation. I'll give you the short and sweet of the story. The bomb squad, I believe, went to a private residence and got, I think this guy said it. This is probably where I got the information from. Went to a private residence. They ended up getting these bombs and putting it at the bomb squad facility. Then the bomb ended up later detonating, exploding, and killing these 3 officers. Rest their soul. Thank you for your service, young men. You did a good job. I hope you go on to see Jesus. Mike De La Pena, 45 years old, detective, 20 years, LA, a veteran, or Los Angeles Sheriff's Department's veteran, survived by his wife and 3 children. Well, is these the right people? Them dudes look white. These got some Mexican names. Detective Joe Escobar. I'm saying his name wrong, but I love it. I love him anyway. 47, 21-year veteran, leaves behind his wife and 2 children. And the last person, I can't, Magallanes, maybe it's Magallanes. Paul Magallanes, 43, 17-year LASD veteran, survived by his wife and 1 child. It's very, very sad that this has happened to these young men. I hate when I see cops die, man. I ain't gonna lie. Some people die, I feel bad for them, but when cops die, it hurt a little bit extra. Because I know what was the fallout in the family, and I know what it's like as a squad member for somebody that, I don't know what it's like to see your friend die, but I could imagine because I know what the love is like between police officers. The grenade was brought from the Santa Monica apartment found in a storage unit. It exploded while being moved to the training site. Detectives were part of the highly trained hazardous device team, but they're investigating this as a little bit more than an accident. Could it be an accident? Yes. The risks of being on the bomb squad. My father-in-law was on the bomb squad. My dad was on the bomb squad. So I understand the inherent danger of being on the bomb squad. Everything is not the movies where everybody's always perfect on detonating bombs and understanding bombs. And they try to do their best to encapsulate the bomb and transport it properly. But sometimes things do go south. So I don't want to make it about, dive into the conspiracy of saying that they were set up and then they were killed. And it was, it could have been a misfortune of a bomb detonating outside of their control. The question is, how rare is this? Explosions like this, bomb squad facilities are extremely rare. It hardly ever happens. Like I said, my dad was on a bomb squad. They had this bomb tank. We used to love to look at it. It was cool. Never had any bomb explode in it whatsoever. And if it did, it exploded in the tank, and the tank was able to keep it safe. And so to see this happen is really interesting. What are conservatives saying about it? Reckless behavior cost 3 lives. I don't know who they're blaming about the reckless behavior. It could be the department. It could be the functionality of training that they exposed them to that caused them to die. Support of law enforcement, including protecting them from preventable danger. So I think a lot of conservatives are saying it's a problem that they weren't properly put in a position to succeed, and this should have never happened. Now, let's place a couple Instagram posts, because a young man that I saw, this is what kind of drew my attention to this video. He had kind of explained a little bit about it. A little bit of what I said, wrote a clip.
3 LA County Sheriff's deputies were killed in an explosion yesterday, Friday, July 18th. What was originally reported as a training accident may have been something a lot more sinister. These 3 deputies that are assigned to the arson and explosives detail responded the day prior to assist the Santa Monica Police Department in removing explosives out of an apartment. The following morning, on Friday at 7:30 a.m., an explosion occurred at the bomb squad's training facility. The source of the explosion is under investigation, which may be linked to the material removed from the Santa Monica apartment the day prior. What was originally reported as a training accident may now be investigated as criminally negligent homicide. Detective Joshua Kelly Eklund had 19 years on the job, and he leaves behind his wife and 7 children. Detective Victor Lemus, who had 22 years on the job, leaves behind his wife and 3 children. His wife is also a detective with the Sheriff's Department, and 3 of his sisters were also on the job. Detective William Osborne had 33 years on the job, and he leaves behind his wife and 6 children. His wife is also a detective with the Sheriff's Department. 74 years of experience between these 3 detectives. 16 children who lost a father. And an entire department and community that's in mourning. So please help me light up social media blue in their honor.
All right, hold on. I for some reason I feel like I read the wrong names. I think we may. I think our. No. I think that. I think just so you guys know, I think I read the wrong names. I was looking at them, being like, these don't look like Hispanic guys. And the names that I read were all Hispanic. De La Pena, you know, I don't know. I don't know what these names are from. It could be a fault on ours. So anyway, I got to figure that out because I don't think that these are the right names. Look at that right there. All right, let's get to the next story. I apologize too. I hope I didn't offend anybody by getting the names wrong. We do our research on this stuff, and sometimes the information can get convoluted. It may have picked up the wrong story.
There probably was like a previous accident similar.
Yeah, it probably was. All right. Sorry, y'all. Forgive me. All right, let's get to the next story real quick, and we'll correct that here in a second. I want to see. I tried to find a body-worn camera of this incident, but I wasn't able to find a body-worn camera. I just want to go through. Because I feel like even to this day, Brandon Tatum always have to be the word of wisdom when it comes to police interactions. And just know, I think that I lean more towards heavy-handed policing than light-handed policing. That's just how I am. That's how I was as a police officer. That's how we were trained, is that we ask, tell you, and make you. It's not a lot of talking. It's not a lot of playing back and forth. This is not a wrestling match. Bro, when it get jiggy, it get jiggy. If I got to put my hands on you, I'm finna put my hands on you. It's when I have to get to that point, that means that I need to detain you, and it has gotten serious. When you don't go full speed, that's when cops get hurt, they get killed, people put guns on you, they knock you over the head, they hit you and run. It's like when I gotta put my hands on you, it's not a game. I wasn't trained as a cop to play games with people. When I was a cop, it wasn't like I see some of these cops today. Oh, sir, please, sir, drop the gun. Sir, don't kill me, sir. Get your finger off the trigger. Get your finger off of the trigger. Sir, don't pull out the slack. Oh, fire. Quit shooting me. Sir, stop shooting me. Sir, I'm dead now. Don't run from me after I'm dead. That's what modern police. I'm not asking you nothing, bro. It's real out here. Cops that got killed too many times for me to be sitting there playing patty cake with you. I told you to get out the car. I've told you 5 or 6 times, it's time to get out the car. If you didn't want this smoke, you should have got out the car. And if you have a disagreement with what I said, talk to me out the car. Because we can't be playing with you in the car with a knife and a gun. And I'm so sick of people being weird like this. No, punch him in the face if you're trying to detain him and nothing is working. We're not gonna sit here and do this with you all day. We're gonna do the. We might be doing. I'm gonna spin you around in a circle. We dancing to get it. No, man. I told you to get on the ground. Okay. With all that being said, let's watch the clip. So this kid, William McNeil Jr. No, this ain't the clip. I'm talking about the police shooting. It's not the clip. The police shooting, not the Border Patrol. I skipped the Border Patrol one. I didn't want to talk about that. It's old. So, unless y'all want me to talk about the Border Patrol one in the chat, I'll ask the chat. I'll do it next if y'all want me to. But I want to talk about the police stop with McNeil in there. He's sitting in the car. The cops pull him over. That's not it. The cops pulled him over.
I don't think we have that story.
Yeah, let's find that clip because it's right here.
What's the title for the segment?
Here you go. Man pulls out Hold on, man. Pulled out a car by police. Yeah.
I got that.
All right, y'all be patient with us. We're trying to pull that clip up. What's that? Yeah, how do we get them wrong? You got to ask. Just send them a message. Yeah, detective. The names that we got wrong was Detective William Osborne, Detective Joshua Kelly Eklund. I'm probably saying his name wrong. And Detective Victor Lemus were the officers that had died in this, or you could call them maybe sheriff's deputies that have died. And the gentleman on the video got the names and the children they left behind correct. So I just wanted to make sure I correct the script on that. I think it's important to know.
You got it.
So I wanted to talk about this because this is one of those issues where the guy's now saying that his civil rights was violated. He got a civil rights attorney, and I'm so sick of the anti-police rhetoric, even to this day. I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so sick of people trying to find reasons to protect and support these criminals that are stupid. You got to be absolutely stupid for you to get pulled over, and there's 6-7 cops now that have pulled up to the traffic stop, and you still arguing with the cops about whether you should get out the car or not. You do not have the right to sit in the car. If the cop is right or wrong, they can knock your window out and arrest you. You know, if you didn't do nothing wrong, what's the point? What's the problem with getting out the car? If the cop is wrong, now that you've gotten out of the car and they go take you to jail for no reason, you're a rich man with no injuries. But these people got to fight and resist, and it bothers me. And then what they do is they don't play the whole clip. They don't give none of the full context. Police departments are dragging their feet and putting out the body on camera. So the narrative has been set, and then the cops later put out the body on camera, and the narrative is already set. I don't think this guy's right. I think the cops were justified in what they did. Let me explain. Let me show you why. I wrote a clip.
A video appearing to show an aggressive arrest right here in Jacksonville. It has garnered hundreds of thousands of views on social media today. And we want to show you what we're talking about. This is the video. This man is 22-year-old William McNeil Jr. He was caught on camera getting his window broken by some Jacksonville sheriff's officers.
He still ain't complying.
This was a traffic stop, and then he's punched in the face at least twice during the course of this video. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office telling us that McNeil was pulled over for not having his headlights on while it was raining. McNeil refusing to get out of the car when told to by police officers. Now, within the last 2 hours, we're learning McNeil, the driver, hired 2 high-profile civil rights attorneys, and that's where our Zach Wilcox comes in. He's joining us in the studio tonight. And Zach, you spoke to one of them.
Pause it. I want you guys to. Why does the video start right there? Why on the news and why Benjamin Crump put out the video where it starts when they're knocking out the window? There is so much that had to happen before this for there to be this many police officers at the scene of a traffic accident. I mean, at the scene of a traffic stop. I just want people to understand it. The video don't start here. The incident didn't start here. There was a build up and lead up to where somebody's knocking out your window. And then they knock your window out and you still say, I'm not getting out the car. You don't have a right to not get out the car when the cops explain to you what they pulled you over for and they asked you to get out the car, and apparently he had a knife in the car. Allegedly what they had said, that he had a knife in the car. Like, how many times this got to happen? And Benjamin Crump, them chasing ambulance, making money on the back end because everybody's too much of a wussy to stand up to these black people who are acting a fool and deserve to get punched in the mouth. They scared to stand up to people. Oh, your civil rights were moved. It must be. No, it wasn't. Your civil rights are not violated. You're a dummy. Okay. Finish the clip. I hope we got the clip of so I can play it with all this them talking. Roll the clip.
Attorneys.
Yeah, Jess, I talked with Harry Daniels, one of the attorneys that he brought in, who said he feels the officers were out of control here, and he feels the only person who was in control in this situation was McNeil. Now, Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters announced the agency is investigating the video to figure out the circumstances of what happened. And with that context, let's take a look.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right?
The video from
hold on,
this past
stop.
February.
Stop. The lights are flashing. You got enough time for a cop to be there, and the other cop he's now talking to after he refused to listen. This is the passenger side door that he's talking out of. The driver's side door, he refused. Allegedly, when they got to the scene and they pulled him over, he flung the door open. They tried to talk to him. He shuts the door on the cop. Now you see what you see right here. And that's why he's talking to a cop on the passenger side, because he refused to open the door on the driver's side. He claimed his window didn't work. You had the door open. Why are you shutting the door on the cops when they... But let me tell you why. He was driving on a suspended driver's license. And he resisted arrest. Let me finish.
Begins with William McNeil Jr. explaining to a Jacksonville sheriff's officer, who you can't see on camera, that an officer pulled him over for not having his headlights on.
There's no rain. It doesn't matter.
I asked First Coast News crime and safety analyst Ken Jefferson about the headlights law.
What was the probable cause for the stop? The statute for pulling someone over.
Time out. You don't need probable cause for a traffic stop. You don't need probable cause. You only need reasonable suspicion. You can make a traffic stop with reasonable suspicion. You don't need probable cause. A traffic stop of a person not having lights is not a criminal offense. All you need is reasonable suspicion that this person has committed this crime. It's a traffic violation. It's not a criminal law. You don't need to develop probable cause because he didn't commit a crime. Now you have probable cause to arrest him. You don't need probable cause to make a traffic stop. It's an observation of a moving violation. If he either don't have the lights or he do. And even if the cop is inaccurate, in good faith, if the cop believes that your lights are not on, he can pull you over. When you refuse to give identification and all the others that he did that necessitated 20 officers to show up, that's when they make you get out the car. If you say, my lights were not on, he admitted his lights weren't on. He's trying to say, well, my lights didn't have to be on technically. And then I hope they play the part where he goes, what's the law? Give me the law. Show me the law. Just pay attention. Do they show this in this clip? When they're trying to frame this to the public? Roll the clip.
He walked up.
Yeah, the clip that you already have. Let's finish that.
For driving without your headlights is if it's foggy, if it's smoky, or if it's rainy, or if there's any kind of precipitation. Based on the video that I watched, it looked as though the sun was out.
McNeil then asks to see the law, and the officer says he'll show it to him when he agrees to step out of the car.
If an officer asks you to get out of your car on a traffic stop, just comply. You're not going to win an argument on the street with an officer, so don't go back and forth with them.
Can you call your supervisor? All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
Look at him. He wants.
I'm here.
Get out the car.
What is your reason, sir?
He already told you.
What is your reason? Step out now. All right.
He said, no, I'm not getting on the ground.
Type of force when a person is not being combated, physically combated, or actually resisting you physically.
He is.
Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters issued a statement saying, in part, quote, "We have launched an internal investigation into it and the circumstances surrounding this incident. We hold our officers to the highest standards and are committed to thoroughly determining exactly what occurred."
Exit the vehicle now.
The driver's attorney, Harry Daniels, says it took months for his client to recover.
His tooth went through his lip at some point, and he had to get stitches. Been slammed on the ground. He suffered a closed head injury.
I asked Daniels what the ideal outcome would be now that his law firm is involved.
He's resisting.
The officer that punched and beat him, and the ones who watched and didn't do nothing, should be held to the same rule of law that everybody else is held to. So arrest and prosecution, that's a perfect world.
All right, just stop. So I don't care what they're saying. Let me get to the thing. Could you have controversy with the first punch? Yeah. Somebody could say, well, he shouldn't. Well, the officer may say, well, I needed to because he refused to get out the car. He needs to comply. I don't want to fight the guy in the car. He's showing every sign that he's not going to comply. I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to fight? He's going to do this? And he punched him. Now, a person say that's excessive. Okay. Then discipline that officer for excessive use of force. I don't think the officer should go to jail or nothing, but you should discipline for excessive use of force because he believes something and others think that it was unjustified. But when he gets out of the car and they say, put your hand, he's fighting them. He said, no, I'm not. He's holding his hands. And one officer believed that he hit him one time, that he'll get the response that he needs. What happened? He hit him one time and he complied. I think that's reasonable. When somebody's fighting 3 or 4 officers and he's doing this, he's not a little guy. And the guy hit him on the chin and he started complying. He only hit him once to gain compliance. Somebody may say, that's too much. That's too much. I don't think so. The hitting him in the window could have been too much. Hitting him when he's outside the car fighting with people, it's not too much. Now, let's go back, and I want to watch the film without them in it just so I can walk through the process. This is what I want to see because they clearly do not articulate or want to show what happened before they started the film. Think about this for a minute. This is the thing that happens so often, and cops just do a terrible job with PR. When did he start this video?
Midway through traffic.
No, I'm saying, when did he start the video? How do we know when he actually started the video? We don't see it. Why? Did he edit the first part of the video out? Because a lot of times when you see a person starting a video, you see them doing this because they had to push the record button and then they move away from the camera. They push record and they move away from the camera and you see it start recording. He had to push record at some point. You don't see him ever pushing record on his phone. So therefore, how much footage did he not show that was a part of this video? Did he cut? I know he did. He probably got pulled over, put his phone up there, hit record. And the first portion of the video did not make him look good. So they said, cut it and only show when they started to get violent with you and showing you kind of being compliant. Roll the clip.
When he pulled me over, he walked up.
Where'd he start? When he started?
Right?
When did he put the camera and start it?
I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car.
Time out. Do y'all hear the sirens in the background? See, this is the thing that I think people should understand. You have officers responding code 3 to this call. Why are officers responding code 3? What has been said over the radio that officers are now requesting for backup and they're showing up to the scene, lights and sirens? That's what you hear in the background. Now he started trying to act like, see, I was telling them, but I'm not getting out of the car. And then they condense the footage down to where he say one thing and they go, knock the window out. I put this on my life. They have been going back and forth with him for a period of time, and he is non-compliant to the point where they needed backup. And there is a transmission on the radio that's public record that will show exactly what the officer said he was doing, the reason that they necessitated officers to respond code 3. And it makes it look like they didn't even talk to him for 2 seconds before they knocking his window out. Clearly, that's not what has happened here. And then he's saying, we pulled you over for a reason. I'm not, well, it wasn't, everybody had their lights off. That don't matter. You didn't have your lights off. Come to find out that he pled guilty to resisting arrest. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. He pled guilty to resisting arrest and driving on a suspended driver's license. That's why he didn't want to get out. That's why they didn't want to show his ID. That's why he didn't want to cooperate, because driving on a suspended driver's license in Arizona, I don't know about out there in Jacksonville, but in Arizona, driving on a suspended license is an arrestable offense, and they impound your car for 30 days. So he thought, if I argue with them, I'm going to prove myself that I don't deserve to get, I want your supervisor. after several minutes of going back and forth with this guy, they like knock his window out and get him out the car. And let me tell you this, I have yet to see a case where officers don't say, get out of the car before they knock your window out. Go back. I don't see a situation where cops have said, they just knock your window out without telling you, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. This guy already ready on the other side. But they framing it, Benjamin Crump them framing it, that they didn't even say nothing to him. I read an article today. They said they didn't even say nothing to him before they knocked his window out. Play the clip.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter.
So, hold on.
There's no required to have.
Think about this. Who was he talking to him that he was talking to? He's claiming that he had talked to an officer already about all these things, and then he's talking to the guy on the passenger side. Why is that not on camera? Why does he not record what the conversation he allegedly had with the other guy? He's recorded himself telling him what he had the conversation with the other guy. Why he deleted? Why is he not posting it? Okay, we know why. He wrote the clip.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Time out. Here. If I'm afraid and the cops are going to beat me up, then why don't you comply? They knock your window out and he's looking at the camera, putting on a show. He's still refusing to get out of the car. This is called passive aggression. This is a person who's they're not physically stopping you from pulling them out the car, but they're not cooperating. They're not pulling the belt off. They're not going to get out the chair. They're going to hold themselves in a chair and literally try not to let you get them out. They're not actively doing it. They're passively doing it. This is still resisting arrest. He told him he's under arrest. Roll the clip. Put his hands up, put his hands down. They tell him get out the car. He still won't get out. He's looking at the camera doing nothing.
Here. What is your reason,
sir? Time out. What is y'all reason? The officer had just talked to him. He's talking to a second officer about what he said to the first officer that already explained this to him, and he still won't get out the car. Come on, y'all hire me. Hire me to be be an expert witness. Because I did this before in the offices in Virginia, and they got off with paying $2,000 instead of $3 million. Hire me as an expert witness. These people are so disingenuous. He does all this, and he still won't get out of the car. They have to reach over him to pull the seatbelt off. He still won't get out of the car. Roll the clip.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All
right. Right here. Stop. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. They tell him to get on the ground. Listen to what he say. Play it. No, I'm not doing it. Time out. 4 or 5 officers it took to grab his legs, kick him, hit him, knock him down. Were they still punching him while he was on the ground? No. They did what they needed to do to execute an arrest. If homeboy wouldn't have hit him on the chin, you think he would have went down? No, they would have still been fighting and on the side of the freeway. Nah, bro, you got to execute an arrest as quickly, safe as possible for every party. And sometimes hitting people on the chin kind of loosen them up a little bit. Hit him on the chin and he's dazed, and there you take him down to the ground. Instead of y'all playing patty cake, ring around the rosy on the side of the freeway when it's dangerous. Because if he get to running out in traffic, he get to pushing y'all out in traffic, he get to fighting for a gun. He's not a small guy. He was bigger than all these officers. And now they putting it out there and making the officers look bad. This is the last thing I'll say about this. I'm so sick of police departments being unequipped. Release the body-worn mother-freaking camera. What are we doing? You guys fail every single time with this mess. Release the camera before he does. Therefore, you have what the evidence is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. But when they release a half-edited video and they put it out to all the dumb black people that exist in America and all the blue-haired devils, they frame the narrative that these officers only talked to him for 3 seconds and they beat him and punch him in the face. They don't talk about the fact that I guarantee you, when they first stopped him, he was way more aggressive, shutting the door on him. They asked for his driver's license. He's like, I'm not giving you nothing, because he don't have a driver's license to give. He's driving on a suspended driver's license. And then now they framed it, and now everybody is saying the officers are aggressive instead of the real story. That's it. I beat that dead horse pretty good. I think that's it for today. Do y'all think you should cover that other one? That shooting in the face? No, you think we should cover it or not? No. All right, cool. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow if something else come up. The reason, let me tell y'all real quick, the reason that I'm not too interested in covering the Border Patrol thing is because I just think that this is just an acceleration of happening that just keep on going on and going on and going on. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let me answer these super chats real quick. Hey, Brandon, please shout out my sister. We watch and listen to you every day. Her name is Nicole. We love your show. Shout out to Nicole. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for supporting me. God bless you. And Nicole, if you ever see me in public somewhere, make sure you come up and say what's up, and I'll take a picture, whatever you want to do. Just know that every single person that support me, especially you, Nicole, I appreciate. Okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And hopefully I can meet you one day. And when you come and say, I'm the Nicole from the YouTube channel, and it'll be a good time. Okay, Herbie, thank you so much for joining the Tatum squad. Let's see. Happy Monday, Officer Tatum from Deep Blue, Massachusetts. What's up, what's up, what's up? I live in North Ireland, and the bomb squad over the time of the troubles always diffused unless they blew up. They never took them away. True. I know my dad and them had a tank. They would put the thing in the tank and try to detonate it. But maybe they thought it was inert, or maybe they miscalculated. It's a very sad situation. I hate to see officers lose their life. I mean, anybody lose their life unnecessarily. I don't mind to see criminals lose their life and people who are doing crime and trying to kill people. Them losing their life is a blessing. But people that are innocent, that just doing their job, it bothers me. Can you write an op-ed on the mass immigration crisis in the West? It's got to be more than just getting more votes. I think did I write something like that? No, I wrote it in part. I'll do that. Let me write that down, because I want to write one on these WNBA players and mass immigration. The real cause and effect. Okay. I'm going to try to do that. No promises, but I'm going to try to get to that. It's going to take me a minute, because it's going to be a lot of stuff I have to try to put in there and make it right. But anyway, Mambo, thank you so much. I'm gonna try to do that. Keep a lookout for the op-eds on my Substack. So if anybody's watching this and you like reading articles and stuff, I write articles on my Substack. So follow me on Substack. The link should be in the description section. It's absolutely free, so people don't have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna try to make sure it's always free. And I may, when it gets big enough, I might have an advertisement in it, which means that, and I did this for one of our fundraisers, meaning that I'll write the article, and in the article, in the text, it's like, hey, a side note, go to the Officer Tatum store, or hey, a side note, here's a message from our sponsor, just a little bitty quote that you can just skip over if you want to. I'm gonna try to do more of that so I can keep the Substack free. Because a lot of people put you behind a paywall and all this, and I'm like, nah, I want everybody to be able to engage in the content. And if you want to support the content, you can subscribe to the channel and whatever the case may be. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'm out here.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth.